That's what a fighter has to do. You need to be in a gym 8 hours a day. Put in as much overtime as possible. And I promise you it's going to pay off. It's worth every second, okay? But like I said, it's not easy. Growing up, young man, your friends, that's the sacrifice you have to make. You need to be in a gym, be in a gym training. You good?
Thank you.
All right. All right, guys, position up. Bell's getting close. Gonna have a 5-second whistle, and we'll get to punching. 5 seconds. Straight punches on bell. Good work. And most people say they can do that. But believe me, the majority of them, I hate to use a word, but the majority of them fail. Have honor. Have respect, have consideration. And that'll pay off a lot of things in life. That's going to bring you a long way, I promise you. It's going to bring you a long way.
For the past 5 years, I've been wanting to learn how to kickbox. And so, of course, I did my research on the internet. And when I stumbled upon Russell Jones and his YouTube page, I just went down the rabbit hole and watched a lot of his videos. And I knew that when I was ready to join kickboxing, I was gonna join his gym if he deemed me worthy to be trained by him.
I was born and raised in New Orleans. 1961, I was born. Mercy Hospital in New Orleans, and kind of grew up down there, and big time into sports. I love contact sports, football. I used to race dirt bikes, really stuff like that, kind of physical, man. I always kind of like that. A lot of things I do in my gym is old school. Growing up in the 60s and the 70s, my dad, all my uncles, flat out, they was badasses, and I wanted to grow up and be like them, as a boy, okay? And when I was about 15, I was introduced to martial arts.
Coach is highly, highly knowledgeable, and you get a great workout every single time you come here.
I got opportunity to train with some really great guys over the years. And if you guys are knowledgeable about the boxing game, the boxing world, there's a guy named Joe Calzaghe, one of the baddest human beings ever lace up. I got a chance to train with him in Big Bear about 15 years ago. I was just watching this guy do this drill, and he invited me over, asked me if I was interested. I said sure. So this is one of the drills I learned from one of the best fighters in the world, in the history of boxing, a young man named Joe Calzaghe. All right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start off. I want y'all, matter of fact, I tell you what, start off on uppercuts. Let's go to uppercut balls first, okay? What one you like, Kennedy?
This one.
Okay, you like that one, Big John?
Yes.
All right. Not extreme position, but just decent position. Just jab crosses. Try to get about 80% extension. I did a little bit sure, about 80% extension on your straights. Get under it on your uppercuts. Okay, so we're just going to go here. Bing, 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 bing. Bell rings, we're going to go here. When it rings again, we go back here. Just back and forth, straights and uppercuts. Cool? Cool? All right. All right, I'm going to set you guys up. All right, next bell, we'll be starting off with straight punches. 5 seconds, get to work. Make sure you're breathing. Use your first round or two just to warm up. We'll start picking it up in third round on up, okay? Sooner or later, we want your legacy to live on, and when I'm not, when the day comes and I'm not able to compete and do my thing, well, I'll have my sons and my boys do it. Okay, and just live on the legacy, if that don't sound crazy, I've trained many great fighters over the years. You guys might be a little young, but I trained a kid named Jimmy Terrell.
Your winner, Jimmy, the Wolverine Terrell!
A huge kick to the head, and they stop it.
Jimmy won 6 world championships for me as a professional in MMA and kickboxing. He had 3 world titles in MMA. He was the WEC. He was the first WEC 155-pound champion. He won Hitman, King of the Cage. We went to England and won the United World Muay Thai belt at 155 pounds. He won the most prestigious belt that a kickboxer can wear. It's from Cambodia. It's called the Khmer Star. And we took it. Jimmy's got it. And there's very few people can claim that. Also trained a young man called Pat Berry. Pat's from New Orleans. Pat was started out with me as a kickboxer. He was world undefeated world heavyweight champion. He got into MMA a little bit, and then eventually did his thing, and I guess decided to retire. But that's 2 of the biggest guys' names I've trained. They're definitely very well-known young men in their art, in their field. Now, like I said before, I'm very thankful that I had these opportunities. All right? Dig. Decent position, not extreme, but just decent position. Know what those feet are doing. It all starts at the floor. It all starts with your feet. If you're positioned wrong, nothing's going to work. Go to work. Straight punches. Shift them up, hooks of the body. That's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. It's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. Remember, same thing, like you can kind of slide over to 5 o'clock. When you're right in front of the guy there, we had 6 o'clock. You can slide over to 5 o'clock, throw a few. Back to 6, throw a few. Over here at 7, throw a few. Work your angles. We don't want to just stay in front of him all the time. We want to be, get to the sides of him. Good stuff. Nowadays, these guys break these little bitty balsa wood boards that you could fart and it would break in half.
Welcome to Trade
And all day,
Boxing CD.
let me
This
pause
fight
this.
will have 2-minute rounds with 1-minute rep tests.
In the old days, we broke concrete. Okay, breaking was part of our training in the old days. Matter of fact, when you went to the tournaments in the old days, you guys maybe out there are familiar with the karate tournaments and everything. They have form division, they have weapons form division, and they have kumite, which is fighting. Well, in the old days, we used to also have breaking. Okay, and you had breaking division. You brought your bricks and you set them up, and you competed to see who could break the most concrete. Okay, but like I said, over the years, a lot of the schools. They don't do that, okay? They break a board or something, okay? I was young and I was nutty as a Snickers bar, so we get out there and kick and punch trees. I'm pretty known for that. I'm kind of known as the guy that beats up trees when I was growing up and everything in the old days. Everybody in Baton Rouge, that's that crazy guy that beats up trees all day. But it was training, it was training. It was traditional training. They didn't have heavy bags 1,000 years ago, so the Thais still kick on trees. Cambodians and the Thais and the Laotians, they use trees to develop their shins, okay? And yes, it hurts, okay? Anybody tells you it doesn't hurt, they're lying to you. But you learn how to deal with it better physically and mentally, okay? And some guys can do that a little bit better, okay, actually, But that's pretty much the story about how my hands and my shins are developed, okay, from kicking trees. I kick steel poles. I'll sit here and you don't kick it wide open, just enough till you feel it, okay? And then when you hit somebody with that, believe me, they're gonna feel it, okay? They're gonna feel it. They're gonna feel the difference. All right, ladies and gentlemen, come on over. All right, y'all guys jump in with 4 bag with them, okay? All right, this is what's happening. We're gonna use 4 different bags. We're gonna use this. Whoever's on this bag is gonna throw hooks to the body.
Why don't you let him use your bag, whatever you're...
Just like this. Okay? All right? Whoever's on this bag can throw high straight punches. Just like this. Okay? This is the hardest one right here. You want to try to do jab crosses like this, but just little short punches on this ball. Bounce them off your knuckle. Ding, ding, ding. Just like this. Just straight punches. Okay? All right? Then we're going to go over here. We're going to just go under. Uppercuts. Well, just one at a time. Okay? I'm not looking for extreme speed or power. I just want them done right and done accurately. Okay? Try to be accurate. Try to do them right. Okay? All right, I'll tell you what, Kennedy, you lead them. You go to the straight bag. No, wait, you go with the ball, ain't you? Yeah. You start on the ball. Okay? All right, Big John, straight punches. Okay? My man, you're going to go with hooks to the body. Okay? Tell you what, John, go to uppercut. Olivia, come over here. You go with straight punch, he can follow you around. Okay? All right? All right. Every 30 seconds, that bell's going to ring. When it does, wherever Olivia leaves, that's where you're going next. Okay. Okay, John, you follow my man here. Kennedy, of course, you following John. Okay, and Olivia, you following Kennedy. All right, let me reset the clock. All right, this drill here is a little build-up off the one we just did. But we're going to use 4 different tools with this one. All right, here we go. Hang tight. I want to double tap. All right, next bell, everybody gets to punching, okay? 5 seconds from now, get to work. Like you're making muscles here like this and just... That's it. That's fine for now. That's fine for now, son. Just like that. Very good. Very good. Good job, Olivia. Good job, Olivia. The names you know out there, your favorite fighters, your world champion guys, believe me, they're in the gym and they're working. Okay? It's your job. You just work. You work. And the better you work, the harder you work, the better the payoff is, I guess. It's just that simple. On bell, we're going to move, guys. Move. All right, this is the hardest one. Take your time with it. It's just like, look. Okay, just take your time. That ain't bad. That's good for your first time. Just do that. Just like that. I do have a license now in the state of Louisiana. There's been a new commission put in office in the last couple of years, and they have granted me my fight license again. I'm looking for an opponent. You know, to be honest with you, I'm not an MMA guy. I want to kickbox. That's what I feel I'm one of the best that ever walked the earth to do that. I'm getting all these little excuses from these coaches and these guys that are supposed to be fighters. The 3 excuses I usually get is they don't want to fight an old man. Well, that's ridiculous. There's no sense, there's no logic in that. It don't matter. The second one they get is, what if I hurt their fighter? What do you mean? It's what we do. And what's the difference in me hurting your fighter or a guy his age hurting him? That's ridiculous also. But the third bullshit thing that I'm getting from these guys is, what do I bring to the table? Well, I'm going to tell you what I bring to the table. I bring you a life. I bring you a paycheck. And if you're a professional fighter, that's how you make a living. Okay? So I'm bringing you everything. You get in the ring with me, I'm going to kick your ass. Okay? Because that's how I make money. That's how I make a living. I don't go looking around for guys that I can beat. I look for guys that are worthy of getting in the ring with. Let's sign a little piece of paper. Let's get in the ring. Let's have some fun and make some money. Okay? I got the balls. Do you?